So the notion, what were we saying that?
Regulation, and way
Yeah.
out going forward.
Way out.
Avoiding crises in future.
Yeah, you see, ultimately,
Mhm.
regulation helps, but there will always be Duryodhanas,
Mhm.
and there'll always be Ramalingam Rajus,
Yeah.
and they'll get around it. So you'll never 100% sure. But yes, I mean, there is uncertainty.
Mhm.
And so you're trying to reduce the area of uncertainty
Mhm.
in the future.
Yeah.
And the financial sector was less regulated. I mean, these instruments like
Mhm.
the derivatives, etc.,
Mhm.
are very dangerous.
Yeah.
And ordinary people should not
Mhm.
play around with them.
Mhm.
So many companies suffered.
Yeah.
Good Indian companies have suffered because of that.
Well, I'll just shift gears a little bit quickly, and I'll just probably, this will be my last question because I'll get enough fodder, and I'll also let you catch up with some email. But quickly, the government has a role in terms of service delivery to its citizens. It could be healthcare, it could be education, water, whatever it might be. But we see a lot of the private players coming in, the public-private partnerships, and then the civil society players many a time step up to the plate. Do you think the active role of civil society and sometimes the corporate sector trying to do things in the public space, do you think it lets government off the hook? Do you think these people who say, oh, we'll address the water issue in these many villages, or we will address the healthcare issue in these many districts, does it let government off the hook?
Well, no, government's job ultimately is to ensure
Mm-hmm.
that there is provision
Mhm.
of education, health, water.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how that provision is done,
Mm-hmm.
by appointing an NGO to do it
Mhm.
or a private company to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The airport in Delhi
Yeah.
was built by a private company,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and one of the few things that came on time,
Yeah.
under budget.
Yeah.
And so I would say that the government needs to redefine its role.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to do everything
Yeah.
through civil servants
Mm-hmm.
who are corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
or who, well, that's the system is such that, I'm not blaming individuals necessarily.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that, for example, in education, let more private schools come up. Let people choose.
Yeah.
Do they want to send a child to a government school or a
Mhm.
private school? So
Okay.
I wrote a column on this.
I remember,
last
I
one
saw
on
your
the
blog, your recent blog, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll, as I said, with your permission, I'll use some of the
Sure.
Q&As from there.
And there's a lot of material also on my blogs,
Okay.
on my website,
Sure.
on the book itself. There are many.
I'll use the little bio about yourself in the book from your side.
Yeah, but also if I show you my site
Mm-hmm.
here, if you just come here, this side.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is my website, gurcharan.org,
Yeah.
and you should go to books.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my bio.
Yeah.
This is books, and in books
Mm-hmm.
is the difficulty. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here
Mm-hmm.
you see there's a hell of a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I've
Sure. I will dig into that.
yeah.
And
There are reviews there.
Sure.
There are interviews. There are discussions between me, Nandan Nilekani,
Mhm.
Kiran Karnik,
Okay.
maybe a dozen people.
Okay.
Salman Khurshid.
Mhm.
and-
Yeah, I saw some of that.
You saw?
Your conversations with multiple people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're there.
Mhm.
So you'll have plenty of material.
Sure. I'll dig into that. I'll send you a preview of what I sent to the Wharton folks,
Right.
and we'll let you quickly catch up on email for a few
Okay.
minutes because
Okay, good.
the crowd has started arriving, and
Yes,
by
okay.
6 o'clock we will.
You'll take me out.
Yeah, we will take you away.
Uh,